do you do it all? Being mayor, handling your real paying job, and having time for your family. Rarely a week went by that I didn't have this question posed to me when I was a local elected official. As we enter into a new year, I thought this might be a good time to focus on the answer to that rhetorical question. I think I'm well organized. I always do at least 3 things at a time, and most of all, I have an excellent team here at work and a terrific spouse at home. The subject of time for your family always reminds me of some prophetic advice I received shortly after my election as mayor. The advice came from former Dallas Mayor Steve Bartlett during a breakfast we were sharing in response to the same question posed to me by him. I actually schedule my time with my family, and I do it first, he said. What worked for him, he went on to say, was to schedule 1 weekend per month for the entire year out of town with his family. As he explained, I know you, and if you're in town, even on family time, and someone wants you to make an appearance at their neighborhood picnic or dedicate a school, you'll drop what you're doing and be there. But if you're scheduled out of town, it is clear you can't make the event. For the Bartletts, it was a lake house. For the Longstreets, it became camping in a travel trailer. Most of all, as Stephen Covey points out in his excellent book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Families, the most important thing is to make the commitment. Once a week, no matter what, we will have family time together. The Church of Latter-day Saints promotes this activity through their Family Home Evening program. It encourages families to set aside 1 evening per week without the TV to talk about the week's schedule, tell stories, read a book together, play games, and have other family activities. An interesting note on television is that according to author Robert DeMoss in his book Learn to Discipline, the average child spends 7 hours a day watching TV and 5 minutes with dad. If this isn't a wake-up call for change, I don't know what is. Is it easy to put your family first? I'd say not. As Sandra Merrill Covey says in her wonderful introduction to Husband Stephen's book, through it all, I've learned that parenting is basically a life of sacrifice. But in the end, as in childbirth, you don't remember the pain. You remember the joy of being a parent, of worrying and sacrificing for that remarkable son or daughter you love with all your soul. How important is putting family first? Perhaps it was best put into perspective by former First Lady Barbara Bush in her address to the graduates of Wellesley College. As important as your obligation as a doctor, lawyer, or business leader will be, you are a human being first. And those human connections with spouses, children, with friends are the most important investments you will ever make. At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, not winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. You will regret time not spent with a husband, a child, a friend, or a parent. Our success as a society depends not on what happens in the White House, but on what happens inside your house. Good advice from the former First Lady. I'm John Longstreet with another edition of the Longstreet Beat. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time.